sorry for that. It's basically the information about what is in Scopus and how you can work with this. And then we have information about how Scopus AI will work. So that's an information about Scopus AI and its functionalities. When we will be on the point, how does it work? I will also first go through the slides. So we will go through the functionalities and then I will show you a demo. Once we go to also the live demo, I will explain how you get access to this solution and what are the necessary steps to do to get it. Okay, so the background. We created in Elsevier the responsible AI principles. So before we look at the tool, I would like to start with looking how seriously the Scopus AI team takes responsible AI development. In 2022, we published our responsible AI principles, and these principles provide high-level guidance for anyone at Elsevier working on designing, developing, and deploying machine-driven insights. So we have existing robust policies and processes in place and that are applicable to our AI-enabled solutions. The purpose of the responsible AI principles is to complement this. So artificial intelligence is a field that evolves, as you know, continually and actually recently very fast. It has also unprecedented scale with the rapid development and proliferation of generative artificial intelligence over the past year, being basically a great example of how fast it can develop. And well, the principles are that we consider that there is a real world impact of our solutions on people. We also take action to prevent the creation or reinforcement of unfair bias. We always know how to explain how our solutions work. We make sure that we create accountability through human oversight. So we are checking our solutions with users. We are making sure that really human beings are reviewing how the solution works. And we respect privacy and champion robust data governance. And from that perspective, if we talk about in general artificial intelligence in Elsevier solutions, that would be this. I would like now to go more into the Scopus AI. So I would like to start with the big picture. We speak a lot with researchers and we know the challenges they face on a daily basis. One of the things we hear a lot is that getting up to speed on a new academic topic or research area is really hard. There is a lot of information, a lot of publications. It's just enough to say that daily we're adding 10,000 publications to Scopus.com. So for that reason, we are aware that it's difficult and it's getting more and more difficult to do systematic review. So it's difficult also for the new researchers to establish which keywords they should use and to make sure that you are not getting a long list of literature that you need to navigate and somehow apply to your own research. There is, in general, I think we can agree, information overload and the limited search tools that are good enough to make sure that we are spotting the most important publications and we have full literature review. So even if you understand one domain, the silos around disciplines can make collaboration difficult. And this all results in not optimal productivity and also some missed opportunities. So that can limit the societal and academic impact of the work. And that's the problem that we would like to actually solve with the Scopus AI. So part of the problem is, of course, the traditional platforms. They don't give you a focused summary of unfamiliar research fields. So it's hard to quickly understand new concepts and find potential collaborators. So Scopus AI in general is providing a very brief information, reliable summaries that are with the references, and that makes easier to find the relevant information and also partners in disciplines. If we talk specifically about Scopus AI, this is the new search tool that is powered by the generative artificial intelligence and that takes peer review research in Scopus and gives you the overview of new topic. So we've been working with the research community to refine and upgrade this tool. And we were discussing over the process many times with researchers what should be done better and how we can improve the solution. And this way we ended up with the Scopus AI. The main features are that you have natural language queries, so you don't have to create the search query with the keywords. You can just type the question. You have summaries with Scopus reference, which gives you a trust that the summary is based on a certain research. You have also a reflection layer that ensures appropriate content and nuances are in summary outputs. And we have information about, how to say it, information about which research was used. There is also the visual presentation. Let me just quickly, sorry. It is just quickly also creating for you the visual representation so you can see what are the results. And it is also showing you who are the experts in the field, and it suggests you the deeper queries. In terms of the pillars, so in terms of how Scopus AI is working, I would say that there are a few pillars. The first one is definitely trust. And this one we guarantee by using, of course, the trusted content that is in Scopus. The content that, as you know, is from the journals that were evaluated by the Content Selection Advisory Board. Additionally, we made sure that Scopus AI minimizes the hallucination by using strict prompts and ensuring all information comes from curated sources. On the top, this is a transparent solution, so you will see how it's working, what kind of technologies we are using behind. And we also try to limit the bias. So we've taken steps to minimize this risk. And for example, in the queries that are about prejudice or stereotypes, we make sure that this is only based on research and this is a very objective response from the Scopus AI. The second pillar is community. So community verification, that one is done by working with the subject matter experts and within the research community. When we were working on Scopus AI, we have many, I would say hundreds of trials and hundreds of researchers that were using this solution and giving us a feedback. Additionally, we constantly keep in a loop the researchers, and we are still gathering the feedback. Based on this, we are also creating the new options, like, for example, a possibility to ask the questions in your own language. The third pillar is enhanced and accelerated outcomes. Scopus AI is meant to speed up research. So the Scopus AI search and summaries are designed to save time by providing the most relevant information. Relevant information, of course, to your query. And because Scopus AI is drawing on Scopus content, it delivers quite big amount of the insights that you can get. And the fourth, and I would say this is also the final pillar for Scopus AI, is full spectrum understanding. So this means this is really about exploring new or emerging research topics. A recent survey of Scopus users revealed that 40% struggle to learn a new topic due to information overload. So Scopus AI provides with a snapshot with a short snapshot of a research topic in seconds, and it's cutting down the time of reading to the, well, much less time that you will normally spend when you need to review the list of hundreds of publications. So even if you don't have a rough idea of a topic, Scopus AI will also suggest you some questions that will help to navigate in the topic, and also can take you in quite unexpected directions, I believe, with some of the questions that are suggested. So how does it work? Well, first it will be, this time I will tell you in a very general way, how does it work? Unlike other artificial intelligence search models, where it's not clear where the answers are coming from, we've tried to make everything as transparent as possible. So bringing you this summaries in a 6-step process, developed in accordance, of course, to to the principles that I told you at the beginning, the responsible AI principles. The first step is the curation. So this is something that we've done before even creating Scopus AI, because the curation is the process of how the journals are accepted in Scopus.com database. The second step is the query formulation. So this is that you can basically write the query in your natural language without using any of the standard ways of creating the search query. The third step, the query is recreated into vector search. And this way we are starting the result generation to find the documents that answer your question. In the fourth step, the large language model generates a summary that is grounded in the Scopus database, and the fifth step provides cited references so you can back up your findings. The sixth step allows you to explore further with features like go deeper, links, and the concept map visual, which is the visual representation of a topic. I specifically always recommend to take a look at the concept map. This is a very nice way of getting very fast and very easy the idea of what's happening. And in the next few slides, I will try to go into these steps a little bit deeper. So Scopus AI's results are based on the Scopus.com. Let's to make sure that we know what I'm talking about. The Scopus.com is the Scopus that you are so far used to work with, the solution that you used to work with. So in Scopus.com, we have this collection of reliable research, and the data there is updated daily. We have their abstracts of all content types, and these abstracts are used for the summaries. So this is important, I believe, information for all of you. The abstracts are used in Scopus AI to create the summaries, which means that we don't use the full text of the publications that are in Scopus.com, because simply they are not available in Scopus.com. Scopus.com was always the abstract and citation database. That's why for the Scopus AI we also use abstracts. So with Scopus AI, you can be confident that your summary is based on this specific content that is available in Scopus.com. And then we go to the query formulation. So the query formulation is, of course, the researcher, the user. This is the person that defined the query. You can do it in a very different way. You can, of course, ask the question, but you can also copy paste the abstract of the article that you are already working on. You can try to write a longer information. You can, of course, also use simple keywords or do the more complex paragraph. You can put the whole title. So there are no search string requirements in the Scopus AI query, and you can search based on whatever information you have. Then we have the generation. So how we are basically changing what you wrote into the query that is used for creating the summary. So when you submit a query, Scopus AI starts working on it right away. Our advanced language model takes your query and turns it into vector. And then what we do is a vector search to identify the most relevant academic files based on their abstracts. Our algorithm prioritizes the results based on several factors, including relevance, recency, and citation count. This multi-facet approach ensures that you get only the most relevant and trustworthy responses to your query. I think it's also important at this point that I mention that we are doing this search based on publications from 2013. So we are not including the so far whole content that is available in Scopus.com. The reason for this is that we wanted to focus on the most recent research, the most recent informations, not necessarily on the informations that were published 30, 40 years ago. But we also received a lot of comments after launching Scopus AI that actually there are some disciplines where it's relevant to have to include this older content. So now we are basically checking the options, how it could be implemented. But please be aware that this 2013 date, which is basically 10 years window, it was also, the choice was made basically also based on how many hallucinations and biases we can get if we include the older content. So that's a process, and I believe it will take time to find a relevant solution that will give us a full coverage of Scopus.com. Once we found the most relevant documents for the query based on this vector search, the large language model, so in short LLM, is promptly creating a summary. This summary aims to answer your question based on the abstracts that turned up during the vector search. And if we don't get any relevant results, you can rest assured that the chance of Scopus AI producing a fabricated answer or hallucination is very much reduced. This is because the model ensures that all answers are based on our academic abstracts, and instead it will tell you that reliable information is not available and provide you with related prompts that may be more useful. So one of the absolutely great things about Scopus AI is that the summary are all based on the Scopus.com content. So you can use the summaries with confidence because, of course, we are also including the citations and the references. The LLM is directed to back up all of its claims with abstract and references. So we have to have in Scopus.com the publications that in abstracts are actually answering your question. If there is not such thing, then LLM won't create the summary. Everything is, of course, with the references, so you can check what kind of information was from this article, and it's of course done because we want to make sure that once you are getting this summary, you can trust them. And that's one of the differences that you will see between Scopus AI and other open source solutions. When you use the open source solutions, they don't give you the source of information. And very often when you, for example, ask ChatGPT for the source, you can either not get the information from where what you got was taken, or you are getting very blurry answers that are not really helping you with finding information from what is the source. So with the Go Deeper and the keyword graph features, you can also learn more about your topic. That's additional functionality. The Go Deeper is going to suggest you further queries based on initial one. So you can actually see what's additionally available, how you can check this information, what kind of information is additionally available in the topic that you are interested with. The concept map is the visual overview of the question that you asked. So it helps you navigate and understand the summary. And we also have foundational papers. Foundational papers, it's the list of the most high impact Scopus papers on the topic that you ask the question. And additionally, topic experts, these are the experts that are correlated with your query and that they are actually working in a field that you might be you are checking the information about. That's I think important because I'm saying now foundational papers, the most high impact Scopus papers, that's true. And because the summary is created on the first priority in the summary, which publications are used, is relevance of the abstract that we found in the scopus.com. So not always the highest cited, basically, when you start to work, you will see that it's more like sometimes the most cited publications are used to create the summary, but definitely not always. That's why additionally, we are creating the list of the foundational papers, which is the list of articles that are having the highest citation score. Summing up, Scopus AI lets you access quality insights faster using advanced technologies and the high-quality trusted data. What you have here, this is a summary of the capabilities we've discussed so far. You can see a simple definition along with a short explanation of how Scopus AI makes use of these tools and functionalities. And well, the Scopus AI team, of course, realizes that this is a new and developing area and that the research community has a lot of open questions because scholarly work demands trusted and expert vetted sources. So Scopus AI is built on this trusted content, and we are also still continuing working on developing the solution and making sure that it is as transparent as possible. This is just a reminder what kind of principles we are using in building this solution, but I think that it's just for making sure that you are aware that these are the most important points for us. So Scopus Foundation. So I told you that the Scopus AI, it works on the scopus.com content, and I want to just briefly go through what is actually in the scopus.com content and how we are creating this content to make sure that we are here on the same page. So this is a snapshot of the content in Scopus. Content is indexed from over 7,000 publishers and it includes journals and book content, as well as over 23 million open access items. It is cited references date back 1970. We use this content to create over 94 million records, over 90 million Scopus author profiles, and nearly 100,000 affiliation profiles. The content in Scopus is globally comprehensive. So here is a snapshot of the number of active titles compared to our this is a snapshot, of course, of the content globally. As you can see, there are from different continents, different countries. We have over 105 countries in the Scopus.com base. We have 40 different languages, and as I mentioned before, we have very historical also content, which is back to 1788. And different types curated every day. So the data in Scopus is curated and enriched and connected to deliver insights that user can trust. No matter where you start from Scopus, you can quickly pinpoint relevant research. So we can identify research expand, analyze institutional research output, or showcase the research output. And as I said, the content is, we have a high quality selected content. With the selection, I mean that we have the content selection and advisory board that is working on the submission of journals. So every year we see that around 3,500 journals are submitting or applying to Scopus.com to be indexed in Scopus. And this content selection advisory board, based on the, first of all, reviewing the minimum criteria, then doing the expert review, is making the decision which titles are actually going to be indexed in journal. And as you can see, from 3,500 titles that are every year applying, around 800 are actually the ones that are indexed in Scopus. So this process is very rigorous, and also that it's transparent. We have a full list of the criteria on our website, so you can always check what are the criteria. Additionally, we also re-evaluate the Scopus content. So every year we are checking the quality of journals that are already in Scopus.com database indexed. And we also make some decisions about discontinuation of some titles if they are not meeting our guidelines. Just to sum up, this is a more detailed view of Scopus coverage. Instead of any one of you would like to check it more in details. As you can see, there is a lot of records. They are a lot of publications, and they are also split between disciplines. And we have additionally, which I didn't mention before, we have additionally access to patents, and also we are indexing the conference documents. So from this perspective, I think that's it. That's what I would like to tell you about the Scopus.com database and what's inside. And basically on what's inside, we are doing the search based on Scopus AI. I promised the Scopus AI demo. I will start with the slides so I can go easily through the functionalities, and then I will move to the live demo. So I will also work with the solution with you. How it works, well, and what does it deliver? So these are the main features. I already kind of mentioned them when I was talking about how the solution works, but let's now focus on exactly how it's going to look for you. This is an example of the question. This is what threats does climate change pose to coffee production? This is the question. And here you can see what are we getting once we use the Scopus AI. So the query, as I read it, it's a natural language query. You ask question, any question is on your mind, and then we are starting to work. So first we are getting the summary that is with Scopus references. Then we have the visual representation of the entities, kind of a picture of how it's going to work. Then we have foundational papers. So as I mentioned, these are the most influential papers. Then we have topic experts. So we are looking at the list of the other researchers that are working in this field that we ask the question about. And on the bottom, you can see here the deeper query exploration. So suggestion for some additional questions that might bring you additional points of view for what you asked about. I already talked a lot about the Scopus content, so I think there is no reason to repeat this. We have this process in place for many years. Everyone who uses, I believe, Scopus.com is aware that the journals and the books that are indexed in Scopus, they are going through the evaluation process, and also there is a re-evaluation process, and based on this we are making sure that the content is selected and it's high quality content that is trusted. And on this content we are building the Scopus AI. So we have this few layers that are helping us with building the answer and the summary for you. And then we have the Scopus AI output, which is basically the information that you are getting. And we still we have the quality evaluation framework and harmful evaluation framework, which are helping us to make sure that our answers are going to be compliant with the AI responsible principles that we have in Elsevier. So this is the first thing that you are going to do once you start to use Scopus AI. You are going to type in the query. The query that for a change is not going to be like writing the query in the document search in Scopus.com that you are used to. Here you write just the question that is on your mind. And once you do this, as the question is being analyzed, it will go through the Scopus AI vector search, which I already told you. So the question is turned into the vector search. And then it will look at Scopus abstract published since 2013, that was already also mentioned, to find the ones that best answer the question. Then the large language model, using very strict prompt engineering, generates a response that is based on the Scopus.com content, with references so you know what is there. Then we have the summary. So you are getting short information that is with the references. So you don't have to waste time on looking and for these references and checking what's the source of the information that you got. Then we have this visual map, which I was talking about, and I really think it's very helpful, especially if we go into the new, completely new area. But it will also it can also give you the idea, once you know very well the subject, how to develop the paths, how to think about the topic that you are working on, and how to work with this. So this is really nice concept map, and well, the answers. So how we are creating the answer, the summary. So the reflection layer ensures appropriate content and nuance in summary outputs, and our prompting informs the user of the confidence of our response based on the content provided. So there are direct responses that are made when the confidence in the source material is high, and then you are getting a full summary. There are inferred responses that are made when confidence in source material is medium. So here you can see, based on the provided abstract, there is limited direct information on quantification and explosion simulation testing. However, some relevant insights can be inferred, and then you can read here. And there is also no response. So, for example, when you ask when did the first chicken land on the moon, then you will definitely get the answer that there is no response, and the answer is then based on summary. There is no relevant information in the provided abstract to support the claim of the first chicken landing on the moon. None of the abstracts discuss chickens landing on the moon or any related events. Therefore, there is no direct answer to the query based on the provided abstracts. It doesn't mean that the answer doesn't exist. I believe somewhere maybe it does, but it doesn't exist in a Scopus.com abstracts that are indexed from 2013, and then then you will receive such an answer. Additionally, except of the short summary, you can also look at the more comprehensive overview, which means that you will get more information. There are foundational papers, which I already spent a little bit of time explaining, that not necessarily summary is written based on the highest cited publications in this area. That's why we have additionally the list of such papers in a separate field. Topic experts. So here you can the user can find leading experts for a given domain. And additionally, the deeper query exploration. So this is where we can find some suggested questions that could help you with checking the subject in details. And from this part, I would say that's it. And now let me go to the right one. So Scopus.com. I see that typing is not going that well. Okay, now it's fine. So this is the Scopus.com that you need to see to start working with the Scopus solution. And that's going to be actually my huge request to all of you. Just to let me Let me find, because I got lost a little bit with amount of windows I have here. Okay, now I am ready. I can see everything. And I'm going to show you again. Okay, now we have all the windows I have and I can see everything. Great. So once you go to the scopus.com, please try to check whether, first of all, you are actually on scopus.com. How to check it? You cannot see here information, it's preview. If you see preview, that means that you are not in the range of IP addresses of your university, or maybe you are not logging to the HAN or any other remote way of how you are getting the access. So first, the most important information is that once you go to Scopus, you will definitely see only the logo of Elsevier and Scopus, nothing else. If there is here the word preview, you need to make sure that you are actually getting the access to the full scopus.com database. Once you are here and everything looks similar to me, you should see the Scopus AI, this tab. If you don't, then again, please contact me directly. I will check, because this is a trial. There are things that might not go perfectly well with the trials, especially at the first day. That's why actually I always insist to have a webinar at the first day to make sure that we are in touch, and you know, in case something is not working, with who you should actually check it. If everything is working, we see that tab, we are in scopus.com, that's when we can actually start to work. It's already also written here that we are checking from 2003. Okay, we have here information about that we can explore the topics, and we can actually put any question we would like to put. So for me, sorry, okay, now I'm writing. One of my research topics that I used to work before is actually what is actually the antibiotic resistance. So let's say I would like to know what is influencing on antibiotic resistance. So not like in a document search, which you are definitely familiar with, which you used. We don't put the keywords, because normally if I would look for anything about antibiotic resistance, I believe I would put a query. Let me just, in the quotation. Here, I'm just checking, I'm just adding the question, and as you can see, the Scopus AI starts to work. So it creates several things, and now we can see the summary first. So the summary is giving us information about factors influencing antibiotic resistance. It's a short summary still here. It's a short summary that is basically in points, saying us what's influencing the antibiotic resistance. So the question I asked about. As you can see, it's actually with the references, so we can easily see, okay, this is from where this particular information came from. We can review the document. We can also open document details. Once we click on open document details, you can see that immediately we are getting the information about the publication. Of course, here are also links to the full text. Let's go back to the summary. I mentioned, and I think I accidentally also clicked the good example. Not all the references that you will see in the summary are the highly cited ones. As you can see, this reference, it was purely chosen because of its relevance to the question, not because of the number of the citations. That's why once we go a little bit further, here on the right side, you can see the foundational documents. So these are two documents that are highly cited and they are directly connected with the topic I'm asking. If you want to see more of these documents, you click on show more documents. You have here few more. You can export all these documents if you need. You can also check some additional related documents, but this is the list of the foundational ones, so the ones that are the highest cited and they are answering the question I asked to the Scopus AI. Then we have the expanded summary. Expanded summary, which is a longer answer to the question that I asked. It's going to give me more information about the factors that are described in a short summary. And it will also help with a little bit navigating in a topic, get more information and understand in a little bit more detail the question I asked. Then the concept map. So this is a picture of the answer. This is like a visualization of the answer for the question that you asked. In that case, to the question I asked, you can see how it's split into two factors, and then we are seeing additional factors that are influencing the antibiotic resistance. And here is my small comment. So it's possible, of course, to download this map. It's not a complicated process. However, in both cases, because I received this question already many times, I strongly don't recommend to copy and paste. Why? Because, as I said, Scopus AI is working based on the abstracts that are available in scopus.com. So there is a possibility that once the summary was created, it's basically the citation of what's in the abstract, or maybe 2 or 3 words are changed. So if you copy the summary from Scopus AI into your article, that will be a violation of the copyrights and basically a plagiarism, which is unfortunately putting you into danger of that the article that you are writing is not going to be published. There is no no harm in using the Scopus AI in writing your publications. However, you cannot copy paste the texts that are created here, because copy paste will be seen as the plagiarism, while just using the solution as the as something that is going to give you the idea how to work will be for you the creation of how you can, for example, show in a map the subject you are working on. That's absolutely great. Also, all Elsevier journals will absolutely accept this. However, not a copy paste. Still, this is not accepted. And then we have here under the map, we have a topic experts. So we have a list of the experts that are working in a subject that we are interested in. Well, that's my internet connection. I'm actually happy that we can hear each other. Well, I'm not that happy that it's blocking. Okay, here we go. Here is the list of the topic experts. You can see here that we have a number of citations for certain expert. We have 24 matching documents. So this is a number of documents that the artificial intelligence found as the ones that are going to be that are going to answer the question that I asked at the very beginning. And then we have also information about the age index of certain experts. We have also here short information what the expert is actually working on. And as I said, we have a go deeper. Also also functionality, which is, I'm sorry, helping us with exploring further the subject that we are working on. And then you can see that once we click the question, we are getting additionally the same structure as I went through of the question of the answers that we can work. Small comment about this, because I said it's for us, it's that in the Scopus AI, it's from 2013. It is, and the one that is showing at my Scopus, the Scopus AI is a pilot. As I said, we are working on expanding the coverage of the content we are covering with Scopus AI, and that's why for me it's already 2003. However, I hope that for you in the trial, it's going to be from 2013, as I mentioned before. If not, you will still get this nice comment here that now it's from 2003. So the trial and basically trying with the research community for us is ongoing. So some of you may see, some of you may not. As you can see, this is a co-pilot. So there are some functionalities that are working. Okay. I see that there are many questions, but we are also going to the end of the presentation. So I'm my suggestion and also my plan, because I knew that the Scopus AI presentation takes a lot of time. I am going to take all these questions together, and we are going to answer them on the Q&A session on 2nd of October. So on 2nd of October, we will have the Q&A session. I will sum up the questions. We will put them together. There will be still option, of course, on the Q&A session on 2nd of October to ask additional questions. But please make sure that, yes, that you can join the session, because then we will deep dive into the questions that showed up from your end. So summing up for today, and I think also some questions will show up after you start to use the solution itself. These are the, now I realized this is the wrong slides deck, sorry. It's always a struggle. Okay, here it is. So these are the contact details to me. In case there is anything that is not working for you, please use the email address and mail to me directly. That's going to be the easiest way. There's also my phone number here. Also, there were some changes in the team. That's why I made sure that here you can see all the solutions I'm responsible for. So if there's any other questions that you have about any other solution from the Research Intelligence portfolio, please feel free to contact me. And with that one, I would like to thank you very much for your attention. I really hope to see you on the Q&A session on 2nd of October. I promise we will answer on this session all the questions that show up today, and we will also deep dive into the questions that may show up on the Q&A session. So I hope that you had a nice time. I also see that some of you already wrote that this was really useful presentation. I'm glad to hear this. And I hope that the Scopus AI will also help you with deep diving into some of the topics. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, and see you soon on 2nd of October. Bye.